Incredible morning, creatives. Well, incredible greetings. Hello, everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365, the home of Sillaholics Anonymous, on the Honestly Speaking brand, as well as 365 Creative Academy, where we help you to unlock your creativity. In this video, I'm going to show how to fill in open areas that won't release the shape once you release compound path because of the way that the SVG is set up. This is a question that was posted in my Facebook group, and I wanted to break it down how you would do this because if I type it out, it's going to probably seem like a lot of steps. And I was actually going to type out the instructions on the screen for you guys to see that, like written out in text format, and then comparing it to like what are the actual steps. So if you are someone who is learning to navigate Silhouette Studio, hopefully you will enjoy this video. You'll stick around to the end and you will learn some things from this video. Be sure, if you do enjoy the content, to give this video a thumbs up. If you have not done so already, if you're brand new here, browse our content. Hopefully you'll be encouraged to go ahead and subscribe. If you are a subscriber, thank you for the support and welcome back if you're watching this over on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook, don't forget to visit our YouTube channel and subscribe over there as well. All right. So as you can see on the screen, on our thumbnail, the file had just gray in it. So it's just on, it's on the design page and you can see the gray coming through. The way that this is set up right now, whatever you put this on, the gray will, on whatever color it is. So if you put on something blue, the blue is going to show in those areas. So that ball would end up blue, the word Hornets, the flag where baseball is, all of those areas would be blue. Or if you put on something that was red. But if you are wanting it to where you control the colors and you want to put a different color there are certain things that you have to do to the SVG file in order to release those, I'm going to say this, shapes. I know, we see them, it's letters, it's fonts, but at the end of the day, they are shapes. That's how we should look at files. And look at the elements of a design as shapes, especially when it's a vector based design. Okay. So with this one, I'm going to show you how to take what's there and then release the shapes that can be released, how to identify what's what, how to group them together. And then for the baseball parts that are coming out of the sides, the way that was designed, once you release compound path, there is no shape to fill in because it has to be closed off. So I'm going to break down the why and the how of how to do this. All right. So again, if there's something you're interested in, don't click away just yet. Stick around and let's learn some things in Silhouette Studio. Okay. All right. So we're going to, alrighty. So anyone who is a student of mine, we always know what we do first is take our design and we want to duplicate it. That way, if you make any mistakes along the way, you didn't quite do something quite right, you skipped a step, you don't have to start or like undo a whole lot of like undo. You can just start from a new one and just kind of start over. Also, I encourage you guys to practice. If you have a file that you are doing a new technique with, I encourage you to not just do it that one time. Like, okay, yep, I got it done and be over and done with it. Take that duplicate and duplicate that and try it again. And each time you should get a better understanding of exactly what it is that you're doing. You should be able to do it a lot faster each time. And when you're doing this repetitively, eventually you'll get to a point to where it doesn't matter what image is in front of you. You're going to look at it, be able to identify exactly what the issue is and complete the steps to get your desired results. All right. So we're going to, like I said, duplicate this. So we're going to right click and duplicate. And ooh, I hate when it happens. I clicked off, so let's do it like this. Let's duplicate and move this. Well, I'm actually going to group it and just move it up to the top. Okay. All right. Once you release compound path, all of these colors will basically mesh together. And if there are areas, like let's say like within the Hornets and then this flag for the baseball, because they are a compound path, those areas are going to fill in with whatever color it's filled with. So without line colors, you're not going to know where one element ends and the next one begins. So you want to add line color to this. So we're going to go up here to the top and we're just going to add line color. Right? Then we're going to make a duplicate of this. I can release compound path on this, but what's going to happen is, well, actually, I'll do it afterwards. So right here, these are not connected. So if I were to release compound path, they're not going to fill in with color. In order for something to fill in with color when you release compound path, it has to be a closed path. And by this being cut off right here, this middle section is not closed off. So I'm going to come back and I'm just going to do a quick little kind of like demonstration of this. I'm just going to put a box here and I'm going to weld it, right? So what that has done is for this open area, it has closed it off. So if I now release compound path, I have this section here, which I can fill in with white. Essentially, that is what we are trying to do with this file. You have to make it where you're closing off that section. Excuse me. So that is the why and why we're doing this. And now I'm going to show you the how. So first step is we're going to take the black area and we're going to release it so that we can release the color of the ball. We can release release the shape of the ball, of the word Hornets, and the flag. So right click and release compound path. This is where a lot of people get kind of freaked out because it looks like you have lost part of your design, but you really have not. Depending on how it was set up, every design is going to be different depending on how the artist created it. Once you release, certain parts may come to the front and it's going to seem like you've lost those pieces. But I'm going to click off and then I'm going to, well, let me undo real quick. Okay, because it moved. I'm going to send this to the back. So now you can see, okay, the yellow came in, right? I'm going to, well, let's go ahead. Let's send that. I'm missing some colors. Hold on here. Oh, because it's grouped together. All right. Because I have it grouped together. I was like, wait a minute, where are my other colors? So this was already grouped. I'm going to hit ungroup. And I know you guys can't see. I'm going to change the color of this just so that you can see all of those black boxes, right? Even though I can't see those areas, it is telling me that there is something there. Something is still there, even though I can't see it because something is in front of it and it's technically blocking the view of it. All right. So now I'm going to click on it. I'm just going to make this part black again, and then I'm going to send it to the back. See, now all of those pieces you are now able to see. All right. Right here, this edging, we need it to be white. So we're going to click here, hold down shift, click. And the person that posted this, they have all this part. So they were able to accomplish all of these steps. But I'm going over it for you guys. And then we're going to get into the section that she really needed as far as the baseball bat. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to make it a compound path. In this case, it doesn't matter if it's a compound path or if it is grouped together. This is what's there, okay? And part of it is hidden behind here. We're going to fill that in with white, right? I'm going to take the yellow section, the yellow part of the baseball diamond, and I'm going to make sure that I did select it all by changing the colors and then undo. And we're just going to go ahead and make that a compound path. Now we need to do the word hornets. So we're going to click on the H, hold down shift, click on the inner part of the H, the inner part of the O, the E, the S, and then the rest of the word hornets. And we're going to make that a compound path. I'm going to make that white. All right, I'm going to come up here. We're going to click on, ooh, wait a minute. Where's that ungroup? What do you group to? Okay, so, all right, it was just ungrouped. Okay, so we're going to grab that, hold down shift, click on all the sections of the ball. Again, we can change the color to make sure we have everything. And I'm just going to go ahead and make that a compound path. Excuse me. All right, and then now I'm going to come down here. And we're going to, again, check the color. All right, that's everything that I need. I'm going to make that a compound path. Or you can group it together. In this case, they'll actually operate the same because nothing is overlapping. I'm going to fill that in with color. And it can be whatever color you want it to be. So for the most part, we've isolated all of the colors and made it to where every section of this design can have color except for right in here. So, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and select those, and we're just going to group those together for now. I want to drag and select over everything. I'm going to copy it. You know what? Let's do it this way because I want those to be separate. I mean, you could do it all at once, but then I'll do a bunch of unclicking, like unclicking off of things. And oh, you know what? That's why I grouped it together. Sorry about that. Scratch that. Right click, paste in front. Okay. I'm going to hold down shift and I'm going to click this outline. Because I grouped them together, I am deselecting just that part. What's left is everything else. So I'm going to take this and weld it together because I don't need all of the details of it. I just need the outline. So now on this section right here, which we're going to make it a different color, just so that I know it's different from the background one. I grouped it together, but what I really should have done is I should have made this a compound path. That way, all of my edit points come up at the same time. If I grouped it, then I have to ungroup and do each section at one time. So because I made it a compound path, I'm going to double click on it. You can see I now have edit points. I can edit all of them at one time. In order to create that closed off section you saw in the example, we have to weld a shape to the bottom of it. In this case, the main part of the design represents that square or that rectangle that I created. So all I have to do is click on an edit point or create an edit point and bring that down towards like the inside of the main part of the design. So over here, there is no edit point in the middle. So I'm going to add an edit point and bring that down. I'm going to add an edit point. Come on. And bring that in. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Once I've extended that into that area where I have created overlap, I can now weld these two sections together. Well, it's like it's 5 because we have them, but I remember I made that a compound path. So the system sees that as one element. I'm going to hold down Shift, click on this middle part, and we're going to weld that together. Once we weld it together, we've created a solid shape, and we've actually closed off this section right here for each of those openings. We're going to right click, release compound path, hold down Shift, click on those open areas, hit delete on our keyboard to delete everything else. So now we see those pink areas. I'm going to go back in, select all 4 sections, make it a compound path, and that can become white. And now I'm going to remove the color, the line color, and we now have it where every part of this design can be customized to whatever color you want it to be. And everything is filled in with color so that it's not open. And if you're putting it on and you're cutting it from vinyl, whether it's 3 colors of vinyl, if you're doing eco solvent prints, if you're doing DTF prints, because there's no color there, their system would not put color there. But now that you have white, it would actually print the white in that section. And then you can put it on any color garment and not have it show through those areas. All right. Now I'm going to go and give you guys a little bit of a bonus and a little bit of like one extra step. Let's say we wanted the stitching of this ball to not be black and we wanted it to be a different color. We're going to have to go back up here to the one that we had before. And I'm going to just make a duplicate of it. We're going to take a circle, and this one is easy because it is just a circle. I'm going to make a perfect circle. And my goal here is to get it to line up with the center part of the ball. All right, so I want it right on the edge. Once it's there, we're going to select both and we're going to crop. And that leaves me with just this part right here. So I actually could have gone in a little bit more. So I'm going to undo. Let's see. Let's remove the color. I'm going to ungroup because there is a little piece right here that needs to be made into a compound path. Yeah, stop it. Okay, is there 2 pieces there? I think it is. Okay, that actually wasn't even supposed to be there. Okay, delete that. Okay, I'm going to zoom in some more because I wasn't quite to the inside. So I'm going to click on my circle again, and I'm going to bring that. It has to be to the inside. If not, I'm going to pick up the sides of. Okay, let's fill you in with some color. Okay, let's see how that goes. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to go to modify and I'm going to go crop, and not too bad. I may have some little straggly areas that I can always clean up with my edit points. But for the most part, this is pretty okay. And then I'm going to just make that red. Let's group them together. Ooh, it was missing a piece. I'm missing that little piece right there. But yet again, and this is where having a duplicate, if I mess that up, I don't have to undo. I know that I messed that up. I would just go back to the duplicate and recreate that section again versus doing a bunch of undos. But yeah, I was missing that one little section there. There we go. All right, so now I'm able to make that where it is red versus it being just black. But you have to know how the tools and functions of the software work and how they work together, and then understand just how designs are set up. This is the foundation and the premises of my Foundations of Designing program. It's so that you can look at things like this and identify exactly what it is that you need to do to get that file or get that design to your desired result, especially if it's something that you didn't do yourself. Or if you are creating it yourself, what steps do you have to take, right? So I showed just kind of like trying to get an area that was missing, but knowing how to even create this whole design as far as where to offset, when to subtract, what to weld together, what to make a compound path, that's a whole different thing in of itself. So designing it from scratch versus cleaning it up are two different techniques, but our Foundations of Designing builds on the knowledge that I taught you in my 30-day training. If you haven't gotten my 30-day training for Silhouette Studio that breaks down all of the tools and functions and their basic functions and what they do, the Foundations of Designing builds on that. So if you don't have a 30-day, go over to our website, shop.hsink365.com or learn.365 Creative Academy and enroll in the Silhouette Studio, Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days training. And then, in conjunction with, you can enroll in our Foundations of Designing program. We are in semester 1. We are really laying down the foundations of like the beginning of designing and understanding all of these different concepts, such as layout, colors, identifying issues like this within that program. That is going on live right now. So you can join, well, if you're watching this around, February-ish of 2023. Open enrollment for it closes the second week in March, and then you'll have to wait until it is finished to be able to get access to the playbacks if you don't get in while we are live. We're doing the live Zoom sessions, all right? But hopefully you guys enjoyed this and it has helped you understand Silhouette Studio a little bit better and maybe answer questions that you've had about a file that you have been working on. Again, if you have found this helpful, be sure to share this with someone. Give this video a thumbs up. If you're watching via YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you're notified whenever I go live or I release new content. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.